Saludo mi gente, que lo que? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do the Q&A that I promised you guys. Originally had asked if you guys wanted to choose one topic and then just ask questions regarding that topic. But it ended up that you guys rather do a kind of a get to know me Q&A. So let's get started. So the first question is, so far, what is the best thing about motherhood and what is the hardest? So far, the best thing about motherhood, I want to say one of the best things about motherhood is waking up to this beautiful face that just automatically smiles as soon as I say his favorite thing when I say is good morning. And just like that, like if I say good morning, Liam, he won't respond. But if I say good morning, it's just the cutest thing. And he just like giggles and it's just, it melts my heart. So far, that's one of the best things about motherhood. Another one I would say is just I'm learning a lot about myself, just being a mom in general, just being more patient, and which is something I was struggling with pretty much my entire life. And I'm just not a very patient person, and Liam is definitely teaching me patience. So that's one good thing about motherhood, or one of the best things about motherhood. And what is the hardest is not having a lot of energy because pretty much Liam takes all of my energy. He's not sleeping through the night yet, so I'm still waiting for that, hopefully soon. But he does wake up sporadically throughout the night, and I just don't have the energy right now. I don't even know how I'm sitting here filming this with this much energy. And shout out to my husband, because he holds it down with Liam when I'm telling him like, babe, I want to film a video today. He's like, all right, go ahead, I got this. Love you, babe. All right, next question. Since when have you been into makeup? I cannot remember the first time I decided to get into makeup. So I grew up very Pentecostal. For those who have grown up in a Pentecostal environment, you know what I mean. I was not really allowed to play with makeup, or among other things. But I feel like as I got older and I got a little bit more independent, I want to say maybe around, I know this sounds really, really crazy, but maybe around 17. I'm 32 now. So maybe around 17, 18, I kind of got the cojones to like start delving in, to start jumping into makeup. My parents weren't very happy, but moving on. Does Liam sleep through the night? If so, when did he start? Well, yeah, so I already just answered that. So no, Liam does not sleep through the night. We try to put him to bed no later than 8 o'clock. If you're a first-time mom, let me know if that's a little too late or too early. I don't know. But we start his bedtime routine at 7:15. We're trying to get him into a routine so that he knows when we start this routine, it's like, okay, we're winding down. We're going to take a little bath. And, you know, he knows it's time for bed. He knocks out around 8 o'clock. And he'll wake up around 11:30, 12-ish to feed. And then he knocks out again. And then he wakes up, I would say, around 3. And then his last feeding would be like around 5:30. Goes back to sleep. And then at 7 a.m. he wakes up, and that's when we start our day. So hopefully soon he sleeps through the night. So pray for me. Pray for us. All right, next question. What's your favorite makeup brand? I'm going to be very honest with you. I do not have a favorite. I feel like every makeup brand has products that I like. I can't sit here and say that I love every single product a makeup brand has come out with, but I do think that there are certain products that I love from every makeup brand. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Next, how did the Australian face mask work for you? I just ordered mine. So the face mask she's referring to is the Asarai, I believe it is. I posted it on my stories a few days ago, or maybe it was last week. It's like this red clay mask, and it's supposed to be for brightening. I'll link it down below for you guys. But so far, I've used it. I haven't used it for a while yet. It was recommended from one of my good friends, and she says that her husband even noticed that her skin looks very like glowy and healthy since she started using the mask. I'm always looking for new skincare, so I decided to give it a try, and so far I don't see any results. I've only been using it for a week, so I will let you know, though. I'll do like a I guess a review on it after I've had it for at least a month or two, because I don't think it's fair to give it any type of rating right now, since I've only been using it for like a week or so. So I'll come back to that. Okay, next question. How tall are you? I am 5'4". My husband thinks I'm 5'3", but I swear I'm 5'4". I mean, I need that 1 inch, because where do you normally shop for clothing? My clothing, I live in athleisure. I live in comfy clothing. I don't like dressing up unless I have to. I used to, like I said, I grew up in church, so I used to dress up all the time with heels and like skirts and nice outfits. But I guess as I got older, I prefer sneakers now over heels, and I prefer, workout clothing or leggings over jeans. I just want to be comfortable. Like, I mean, a girl just wants to have fun and comfortable clothing. Sue me. So yeah, my clothing, I usually get them from Amazon, because Amazon has like a bunch of brands. So I would get them either from Amazon. I've shopped at Fashion Nova. Let's see. I kind of do like mostly my shopping online. I really hate going to stores and buying stuff, because I feel like I have to try it on, and I hate trying clothes on. So I mostly do online shopping, whether it's Fashion Nova, Amazon. Most of my stuff is really from Amazon, because it's just so easy, and it's easy to return things when they don't fit you. And let's see. Oh, and Shein. I love Shein. Holy crap, do I love that store. Their stuff is so inexpensive, and it's really high quality. So, and I think I'm gonna do that in my shopping haul. I think I'm gonna do a Shein shopping haul, film video type situation. So I think I'm gonna do that next. What is your skincare routine? I don't have a skincare routine. I do have skincare products that I like. They're mostly from the drugstore, which I'll link them down below. But a routine, I don't have one. I don't really have any skin issues. I mean, the only issue that I have is I'm prone to being very oily in the summertime. But other than that, I feel like my skin is it's okay. I'm not gonna say it's perfect, but I do tend to drink a lot of water, and I feel like that helps with the skin. But yeah, I don't really have a routine. I just have products that I like, that I use. I'm not gonna say I use them religiously, because I don't, but I do think that drinking lots of water does help my skin out. So maybe that's why I don't have a lot of skincare products, but I do drink a lot of water, so drink water. Someone just wrote inspiration, so I'm guessing they're asking what is my inspiration. I guess when it comes to makeup, some of my inspirations here on YouTube, I would say, is Edith Baleen. I love her. She's a YouTuber. I've been following her for years, and she's so down to earth. I feel like I know her just from her videos and from her Instagram. Obviously, you don't really know anyone through here, but I would love to meet her. Another one is Nicole Guerrero. I love her videos. I love her content. She's so down to earth, and I feel like she's been the same since I've been following her since day one. And another one is Amanda Ensing, again, down to earth. And I feel like these YouTubers, and I'm not saying these are the only YouTubers that are like this, but I'm saying these are the YouTubers that I watch on a daily. I just like their content. I feel like they're never into drama, and I like that, because I'm not about drama. I'm not about that life. So I really, really love their content. So they're my inspirations. And when it comes to, I would say, life, my inspiration comes from, I know this sounds so like spiritual, whatever, but my inspirations honestly comes from God. I feel like I wouldn't be where I am today in my life if it wasn't for him and his mercy and his love on my life. And yeah. How many kids do you want? So originally, growing up, I wanted a huge family, because I come from a big family, and so does my husband. But I think now that I'm older and seeing how things in New York is just so expensive, and in the world in general, it's just everything gets expensive every year. I feel like I would want to give my kids things that I didn't have growing up. I want to be able to give my kids, what they need, the attention and the love that they each deserve. So I would say my max is 2. Right now I have my beautiful boy, and I would hope to get pregnant sooner rather than later and have a girl, but that's in God's plan and his will. So God, hook us up, because I want a little Dianita. Because he has his machito, because my husband, we refer to him as macho, and he has his machito, and I want my Dianita. Moving on. How do you pronounce your first name? Oh, well, thank you for asking. I'm Dominican. In my family, Dominicans have just weird names in general. Not saying all, but let's be serious. Mi gente, let's be serious. We be coming up with some crazy names. My first name is Lady, my middle name is Diana, and my maiden name is Rodriguez. So growing up, my name was Lady Diana Rodriguez. Now I am Lady Diana Suarez because I'm married to my wonderful husband, Victor. But yes, my first name is Lady. It's pronounced Lady. Yes, it's spelled a little bit weird and different. It's not pronounced the way it is written. The way it's written, it's Lade, and it's pronounced Lady. So, my close family and friends, they refer to me as Diana. That's my middle name, Diana. But my first name is Lady. And my mom did name me after the princess. So cute. And I'm so far from being a princess, so... But, you know, that's why she really loved that name. And I guess they didn't understand that the princess name wasn't actually Lady. It was more like, that was like her title, like Lady Diana. But I've grown to like, and I wouldn't even say love my name. At first, I was just like, very like, why? But, you know, whatever. It's my name and that's who I am. So, whatever. Moving on. Is this your wig or not? I don't know if what that means, but no, this is not a wig. This is my hair, and I don't know what to do with it. Quarantine got me going crazy. I wanted to cut it. I want to cut it so bad. But this is almost 4 years of me growing my hair out. So I would feel really like, I don't know, I would feel really angry if I was to ever cut my hair. I don't know. But maybe one day I will. Maybe if I lose a little bit of this pregnancy weight, maybe I will cut it. Let's see. How many hours were you in labor for? How many hours was I in labor for? So I went into labor. Well, if you watch my first, if you watch my motherhood video, which was like 2 videos ago, you would see, I think I mentioned that I was induced. So I was induced around, I want to say 6 o'clock. And I gave birth at 5:48 in the morning the next day. So what's that, 12 hours? Yeah, so almost 12 hours I was in labor for. But the delivery was only like 10 minutes, like 3 pushes and I was done. Like it was, I mean, amen to that. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, to be honest. And I mean, if you guys want to hear about my birth story, I would say, let me know in the comments below. But the epidural did not work for me. And if I can go through labor feeling all those contractions, anybody can. Anybody can. Because I hate pain. I'm not one for pain. No. Eso no soy yo. But if I could go through it, you can too. So, moving on. How did you and your husband meet? Ooh, child. Me and my husband met because, again, I grew up in church, so we had a lot of like talent services that I was in charge of, and we had one talent service, and his church had a skit, which was I think it was "Set Me Free" by Casting Crowns, which is a Christian band. Love them. If you don't know about them, look them up because they're amazing. And it was "Set Me Free" by Casting Crowns, and they had a skit, and it was crazy because me and him, we didn't meet that day, but he did show up at the church and he saw that I was hosting. He was like, I like her, but they left early. And it was so crazy because I had walked over to them, the bench that they were sitting in, and he was literally at the edge. I kneeled down. I don't know what's the correct word. Knelt, I don't know. But I kneeled down. He was tying his sneakers, but he was literally like right next, like right there. And, you know, I was like, hey, you guys ready? You guys are next, whatever. And his nephew was like, yeah, we're ready whenever you are. And I was like, okay, cool, you're next. And he was tying his sneakers, and me and him never made eye contact. We were this close. It was crazy. And then they left early, so I didn't see him after the service either. And then he had commented on one of the pictures where me and my youth at the time took a picture, and we were all tagged in it or whatever. And my friend uploaded it, and he commented on the picture. And obviously, you know how it was actually on Facebook. And obviously, you know on Facebook that if someone comments on the picture, you get a notification if you're tagged in it. So I was like, ooh, who this Puerto Rican papi? He had commented something like, "Oh, beautiful picture," or something along those lines, and he did it with the intention to get my. He did it with the intention to get my attention, and it worked. I saw this Puerto Rican papi with this Puerto Rican flag and this hat is fitted, and if I find the picture, I will clip it in here, because he was like, "See, who is Puerto Rican? He mad cute." So naturally, because I was very outgoing, and I feel like I still am. I feel like I'm not as outgoing as I was when I was younger, but I was like, let me shoot my shot, right? And I was like, "Hey, God bless you, how are you?" And I started insta messaging him through Facebook, and I was like, "Oh, it was nice seeing you guys. I thank you for participating in the service, blah 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 blah." And it was like a short conversation, I remember. And then I had to do like I was going to I didn't have service that night, but I had rehearsal at church for something, I don't remember. And I was just like, "Hey, I gotta go, but here's my number, and call me later or text me, whatever." And bam. So he thinks that he bagged me, but I feel like I bagged him secretly, because I gave him my number, but it was like he didn't ask for it. But I mean, he called me anyway, because so he says he bagged me, but I was like, "Nah, boo, I bagged you." So you let me know who bagged who, because I feel like I bagged him because I gave him my number first. He didn't have to ask for it. He didn't ask for it, but he feels like because I gave him my number so easily, he felt like he bagged me. Whatever. You let me know who bagged who, but I feel like I bagged him. So whatever. Moving on. Let's see. Love you. That was my cousin Cynthia. Love you too, boo. Marriage tips while having a newborn. What's your experience been like? To be honest, there have been some nights where we get like really, really like frustrated. The baby's crying. We can't figure it out. We think he's colic because of his behavior sometimes after he eats, after he drinks his formula. But I feel like there have been some nights where we are frustrated within ourselves because we can't figure out why the baby's crying. We feel so bad, we don't know what to do to help him. So I get frustrated, he gets frustrated, and then we kind of snap at each other. But it literally lasts, I want to say, for like a minute or so. Like, we don't really stay mad, or we don't really argue. The times that we've like, what's wrong with the baby or whatever it is, it doesn't last very long, because we literally know, like, we're not mad at each other, we're just mad at the situation, and we just can't figure it out. Because once we figure it out, the baby's like all smile and giggles, we're just like, we just let him get to us. Marriage tips, I would say a tip that I have is to know and to not stay mad at your spouse, because honestly, it is, especially if you're first time parents, in my experience at least, it's been tough on us, because pretty much all your energy goes to protecting this child at his beck and call. Like, whenever he needs us, we just have to be there. But take turns. Like, for example, I'll take the first shift in feeding him his formula right before he goes to bed, or vice versa, and then like we'll alternate. So it's not always me getting up, or it's not always him getting up. When he's going to work, well, right now obviously it's a little easier because we're both quarantined and he doesn't have to go to work. But if he was at work, then I would try to wake up as much as possible so he doesn't have to. You just have to, look out for each other. If you see that I'm tired, if he sees that I'm tired, I'm getting frustrated with the baby because I can't help him fall asleep or whatever case, he asks, all right, let me take over. And vice versa. If I see that the baby's, wilding out on him or like just crying, then I'll just take over. Just understand that you guys are a team, and understand that at the end of the day, your husband or your wife came first, and that you have to keep building on this partnership first. And don't let the baby get the best of you, because he will test your patience, and you'll get through it. And just pray for patience. What's your experience been like? Yeah, so that's my experience. How many siblings do you have? Y'all ready? I have 9 siblings. I have 5 sisters and 4 brothers. And you didn't ask me this, but I have 15 nieces and nephews. So I think that's it for this video. Stay home, stay safe, and I will see you in the next video. Besos y abrazos.